Magandang araw po mga kapwa kaguro. Happy World Teachers Month celebration sa ating lahat. Today we honor the dedication, creativity, and resilience that define our profession. Your unwavering commitment to nurturing the minds of our students is a beacon of hope for our nation's future. That I really believe. Excuse the background noises. Let me introduce myself before we start the presentation. I am Dr. Leda Tansha Baluyot. I am a licensed professional teacher who hailed from the beautiful and historical province of Bataan. I am a certified professional teacher here in the United States in the state of Michigan. I graduated bachelor in elementary education, major in English, I have a diploma in international early childhood care and development, master's degree in educational leadership and management, and a doctorate degree in educational leadership and management, major in special education. I have been in the educational academe for almost 23 years, having taught as preschool, kindergarten, elementary, high school, and I'm also teaching as an online professor in an institution there in the Philippines. So let's get it going. We are discussing today about strengthening students' clarifying skills. So let me start by asking you a question. How many times have you asked your students a question and then you learn that mm, they heard the question but did not understand it? This gap between hearing and understanding is where clarifying comes in. So, for today's session, participants will be able to learn what clarifying skills are, enumerate the benefits of clarifying skills to our students, and then identify the strategies that we can use in our classroom to strengthen our students' clarifying skills. So, one of the most powerful tools we can give our students is the ability to clarify. Clarifying skills mean ask questions, restate ideas, and confirm understanding. When our student ask questions like, what is happening to this story? Certain things I don't understand, teacher, is this part. They are clarifying. Students clarify ideas, clarify instructions, and of course their own thinking. Clarifying skills empower our learners to ask questions, verify what they understood, and express themselves clearly. These abilities are essential not only for academic success, but also for life beyond the classroom. So, when our students, for example, got stuck into a certain word, say, for example, the word pretended, they pronounce the word as predented and then go back because something is not clear to them. They chunk the word, sound every syllable, find the base word. Our students are clarifying. And then when they don't understand the meaning of the word pretended, they use their background knowledge, they seek to get clues from the text, they use their mind movie, and then later came to you to ask for help. Your students are clarifying. So students do not just do not just ask questions. They can also confirm their understanding through asking you, is that what it means by this dialogue? Is that what the character really mean about this? So they are confirming understanding. Why are clarifying skills important? So clarifying help our students become active, self-directed learners. It provides them that confidence. Students who can ask, can you explain that another way? Feel more secure in their learning. So they are confident that they can find ways because they know how to use the dictionary. They use how to get ideas from the text. They are active. They don't just sit there and wait for answers. They don't stop like what other kids are doing when they're stuck in a word. They stop, and what will you get in the end? An empty paper. Students who know how to clarify do things to find answers to their questions. Clarifying skills are also important because they provide improved comprehension in reading, math, and real life problem solving. Clarifying strengthens comprehension in every subject area, not just in reading. This is also very helpful to make them solve math problems, which is a common problem uh, in the states here right now. Students fail because they don't understand the problem they have in their math test. Clarifying skills also allow our students to be out of being what do you call this? Being in a fake news, being victims of fake news, I mean. So in this age of information overload, students are just seeing a lot of information from YouTube while they search the internet. They don't know which is real, and they will not be able to fully have um, straight information if they don't know how to clarify. Clarifying skills are important for our students to be critical thinkers. So we really have to provide them the opportunity to critically think so our students will be able to filter facts from in opinions, to filter what they should believe into. Okay. So again, these are the benefits of clarifying for our students: improved comprehension and retention, stronger communication and collaboration. I'll discuss this further as we move to some strategies, and support for academic success across subjects. So now here are some strategies we can apply inside our classroom to strengthen our students' clarifying skills. So it says here, number one, model it daily. Model active listening. Model think aloud. We need to demonstrate active listening, for example, by paraphrasing or restating what a certain student has said. This shows that clarifying is a natural part of understanding. When we think aloud, for example, think aloud is this defined here as the eavesdropping on someone's thinking. When teachers show that we think aloud as we read, say, for example, oh, this seems not clear to me. Let me go back and find meaning to this in the text. So, in this way, we are teaching our students that clarifying is a natural part of understanding. that even adults get stuck into certain words. Even adults get into sticky situation. And that is part of learning. So we have here an example of how we can think aloud. You can just say, I'm not sure if I understood this part really well, or if I understood this word really well. Let's break it down together. So that way you are asking for help. Your students will then also learn if this becomes a habit that they can ask you for help, that they can ask their classmates for help. Next is number two is teach question stems. Um in teaching question stems, we can provide sentence starters like the following. Could you explain more? Can you give an example? Do you mean that? So this gives students language to seek clarity. So these are the language they can use to clarify understanding of a text. For example, please explain more. Do you mean that that is really what's happening in there? So again, the use of question stems provide our students the language to seek for clarity. And the use of visuals like anchor charts are for quick references. For example, we are using story map. Story map has the character, the setting, problem, events, and then the solution in the end. When you ask your students to write a story, knowing that that story map is being used, okay, to be able to identify the different parts of the story, your students can use that anchor chart, that story map, as a reference for them to build, write a sentence with complete, or write a paragraph, I mean, or a story with complete parts. Okay, so that's the use of um anchor chart. They serve anchor charts. They serve as reference. So Anna, there is an example anchor chart here. So I am just inserting this, teaching our students how to answer questions with complete sentence stems. We want our students to really communicate to us in complete sentence, especially in English. We do not just want them to give us phrases, words in answering, because we would like them to be communicative. We would like them to learn how to discuss their ideas more, to elaborate. Okay, we would like them to be able to write stronger paragraph by telling more. So therefore, when given questions, we also expect them to answer in complete sentences. So here are the three steps we can use. First, tell them to throw away the question word. Then copy from the word the. So use the question word, throw away use the question, throw away the question word, copy from the. Then answer the question. So I have your example. What is the name of the main character? So drop, remove that what is, then start with the, and then of course the remaining part of the question, and then the answer. So again, we would like our students to be communicating incomplete sentences. So expect them to answer your questions in complete sentences is a good practice to it. Number three is very important in teaching our students to clarify. It is by providing structured peer talk. So when we provide structured peer talk, we give opportunities for our students to discuss with their peer. to discuss with one another in a team, to discuss with their group. So, one example of structured peer talk that we have here is pair or group discussion. You can assign students some roles. Say, for example, if I am the partner A for today, partner B as my partner, I'll be the, say, for example, the judge, partner B will be my reader or the speaker. So assign them roles. And then later they can switch. When we provide opportunities for turn and talk, post that question, then discuss with your partner. We are ensuring that partners understand a text or a question or idea by making students discuss with each other. So students silently, for example, silently read or think about a certain passage. Then ask them to pair. Share, they will be able to share their understanding of what they read with a partner. And then during the clarifying part, each partner asks questions like, can you explain that another way? Or what makes you say that? So this way they are verifying the understanding that they got from the text. They are not just believing um from what you said. They are clarifying. They are trying to restate also the idea that they get from their partner. Okay? Until both of them can restate the idea in their own words, that is very essential. So the use of sentence starter here provides supports to the partner. Okay? So you can say, I would like you to use the sentence starter. I think it means blank. Or they can use I would like you to use the sentence starter. Can you give me an example? And then they discuss. Okay, another strategy that we can apply here is clarify, paraphrase, and prove. The purpose of clarify, paraphrase, and prove is to practice active listening and precise restating what they get. And you can do this by having this. For example, speaker first explains the idea. Then the listener paraphrases. See, the listener will say, so you mean thus and that. And then the speaker confirms or adds to the details that the listener mentioned. Listener asks a follow up question. Could you clarify more? Again, this is a way they communicate, this is a way they collaborate. We can also provide group role cards. So, in assigning roles, students will be able to get the opportunities to talk, to just watch, to be an observer, to lead, to report, to discuss questions. So providing roles is an essential tool for students to be responsible. You're giving them um, responsibility. And another way also to respectfully communicate among each other. It's essential that we rotate roles so every student get to practice clarifying. We also have the fishbowl learning strategy. We can use the fishbowl learning strategy. The fishbowl strategy is a highly interactive discussion technique that we can use to help students clarify their thinking, ideas, or understanding of a topic. So the purpose is the students are in random groups of four, five, or six, and then they encourage each other to listen and then give thoughtful questioning, clarify ideas among each other, and be able to provide answers to the questions or to do the tasks they are provided. So some tips that I could give here is, of course, these are students. You have to model first. Show a short teacher-student demo of asking and clarifying questions. We can also use visuals like anchor charts with question stems and paraphrasing starters. So these are essential. And another thing that is important here is you need to set time frames. Students, when they start talking, they won't stop. So you have to provide time frame, like 1 to 2 minutes. So the discussion will be short, and then call their attention, all attention back to me, and then discuss. And then another way to end the lesson is to get some reflection. Ask the students some reflective questions. How did clarifying help you understand better today? Okay. So again, the structured peer talk is very important because this way we are teaching our student roles. We are teaching our students responsibility. We're teaching them to actively listen to the ideas of others, respect thoughtfully the opinions that others are putting on the table, and then also giving the opportunity for active listening. Now, we also would like to teach active listening routines as we teach our students clarifying strategies. And one routine that I can share right now is the stop, think, and paraphrase. Stop, you say, stop reading, cover the text with your hand. And then think about what you read. Gives a certain minutes or a certain count, a certain seconds, and then paraphrase by softly telling yourself what you read. Okay? This is an active listening routines. And then afterwards, you can ask the students to restate key points in their own words. After active listening practice, the stop, think, and paraphrase, you will ask now the students to share what they got from what they listened to, because when they paraphrase, they're summarizing others' ideas. So they need to really be listening, otherwise, they're not able to say anything. So you are teaching students to actively listen to others. Okay? And for them to be able to paraphrase also and to clarify what they heard, they should restate key points in their own words. Then number five, parts of students clarifying is giving feedback and action. Teachers should provide immediate, specific feedback to students. Okay, so that they will know if what they are doing are really what you're expecting them of. Tell them some glows. Tell them how they did well, what has been done well. And of course, tell them also some points they can improve. Tell them their growths. Tell something also how they could improve it. And then it's really essential that when we provide feedback, we give them specific feedback. Do not just say, very good, wow, good job that you're clarifying today. Be specific, okay? What is good job? What is very good? What is excellent? You should give them specific feedback. Like, for example, this. I like how you asked for today. That is a strong clarifying. I like how you ask how to find the meaning of the word for today. That's strong clarifying. And of course, when we provide feedback, that is being kind. You are giving your students the opportunity to learn from their mistakes. So they won't repeat it again. So they won't repeat it. So they won't do it again. So they won't just be sitting there saying nothing. So once you provide feedback, students are being open for suggestions. Students are being critical in applying for them to improve. So again, provide feedback and reflection activities for our students to be able to know where they are and to be able to see how they can improve what they have done or what they have practiced for the day. Then the last part that I can share is celebrate successes. This is very important. Give students feedback, then celebrate their successes. I have here some strategies how to celebrate successes. One is quick verbal celebrations. Spotlight praise. Give them praise. I have that example. Say, I love how you asked that question to make sure you understood. That's strong clarifying. And then expect the next day someone will be clarifying too. Then have some specific shout out. Tell the name. Oh, Maria, the way you rephrased the instructions today shows excellent clarifying skills. Then expect tomorrow. Jose will ask a question about what you are teaching them. Whole class cheer. We do this in school. After a great example, invite the class. Let's give a clarity clap for Jordan. Clarity, clarity, clarity. Doing some cheers. And students love this. There's a way to lighten the discussion also, giving those cheers. And of course, when students are celebrated, they feel confidence. Okay? They get those confidence. And when they feel confident, oh, that's a great impact. Visual and tangible celebrations. Okay, we have here clarity chart. Post students' names or sticky notes when they demonstrate clarifying. And then afterwards, you'll see the board will be filled up for sure. Clear thinker or badge stickers. Hand out a small badge or sticker when someone asks a thoughtful clarifying question. Oh, that simple badge, that's a great if with that great that creates a great impact to our students feelings. Okay, bright idea bulletin board display examples of strong clarifying questions or statements students made. So these are ways to boost that clarifying experiences inside the classroom. So students will be able to ask questions. They will not be afraid to clarify because this is really important for them to be able to get clarity of what they are learning. Then reflective celebrations are the following. You can provide a 2-minute reflection. End the lesson by asking, who clarified something today? And share how it helped you today. Peer compliments. Students jot a quick note to a classmate, and that quick note will like be random. Students will talk to a certain person. Thanks for clarifying. It helped me understand. See, these experiences of celebration do not just provide that feelings of happiness inside the classroom, that feelings of enjoyment. This also builds relationship relationship among the students, relationship with the teacher and the students. Okay. And once that relationship is built, students will not be afraid to ask questions. Student will not be afraid to make mistake. The environment will be conducive for learning. The environment will be welcoming. The environment will be an environment where students will be welcome to ask questions, will be welcome to celebration, will be welcome to make mistakes and learn from them. So, as teachers, we have a role. We have a role to build a culture of curiosity, teach our students to be curious, encourage an environment where students ask why, and where why is celebrated, not feared. Let's highlight real Filipino values like pakikipagkapwa, where students relate with one another, where students respects each other, and the bayanihan cooperation as natural supports for collaborative clarify. So again, our role as Filipino teachers is very essential. As Filipino teachers, we bring warmth that is natural among us. We bring that resilience and cultural richness to our classrooms. By weaving clarifying strategies into lessons, whether in English, Filipino, or local dialects, whatever it is, we bridge gaps and honor every learner's voice. Our influence ensures that students not only absorb knowledge, but also learn how to think critically and express themselves with confidence. Of course, when we want to build the culture of why, as teachers, we also should be ready to answer those whys. It's very essential that we are ready for the day's lesson. We anticipated misconceptions. We anticipated the whys our student will ask. And in the event that we do not have answers to their whys, it's not also bad. It's not also a sin not to tell honestly to our students that we don't have answers to their why at the moment. We can say, that will be my homework for today. Let me find answers to that, and then I'll get back to you tomorrow. So let's give those feeling of welcome of let's give that welcoming feeling to our students. Let's give them the chance to practice clarifying for them to be successful in the future. We are preparing them to be the future leaders, to be the future workers, to be the nation builders. And as we prepare them, teach them how to critically think by clarifying. So here are some tips for a lasting impact. First, name the skill. Always use the language in mathematics, in science. Oh, we are clarifying that word today. Always use the word clarifying so students can connect the phrase to the skill. Tie to grow. Emphasize that clarifying helps everyone learn, not just the person asking. Emphasize that clarifying is tied to growth. So remember, my dear teachers, my fellow teachers, every every clarifying question a student asks is a step toward lifelong learning. When we nurture that habit, we are not only teaching lessons, we are shaping critical thinkers and responsible citizens. And as we celebrate World Teachers Month, let us recommit to empowering our students to seek understanding. Each clarifying questions we ask is a sign of curiosity and courage, a reflection of the guidance we provide. So here are some frequently asked questions, and I'll be providing the answers afterwards. So first is, what are clarifying skills and why are they important for our students? And again, we said that clarifying skills include asking questions, paraphrasing, and confirming understanding to ensure accurate communication. They help students comprehend lessons, collaborate effectively, and build critical thinking skills. And then, true or false, clarifying skills are needed for all subject areas. It's true. It's not just used for reading. Clarifying skills support understanding in every content area, from reading to math, science, and beyond. And I have here a true or false question. I would like to make this more useful. You can ask the true or false question and then why. Tell your student to tell more. Okay? Then number three, do teachers need special materials or technology to implement clarifying strategies? No, we do not need special tools. We do not need special technologies to be able to teach our students clarifying. But of course, we need thoughtful planning and consistent practice. Clarifying should be a routine inside the classroom. Clarifying should be done daily. As I've said earlier, we should model, model, model. Practice, practice, practice. What kind of questions should we expose students to? We would like students to be exposed to open ended questions that will practice exploration of ideas and elaboration. Do not just ask them the yes or no question. Do not just ask them the true or false question. Ask them questions that will make them think and that will make them discuss with their peers and team. And number five, maybe some of us are asking this question: how soon can I expect to see results in my students? My dear teachers, it depends. There's no specific time frame that we can see results in the effect of clarifying to our students. When practiced consistently in our classroom, teachers often notice improved classroom discussions and comprehension within a few weeks. Okay, once students get this into their system, this becomes a habit. Students will, of course, gain that system. It will be really happening that fast. Okay, again, we don't have a specific time frame. Just practice it consistently, and you will see improve classroom discussion. You will see improved comprehension within a few weeks. Let's be patient. Our students have different abilities. Our students have different talents, skills. Let's practice our differentiation. It's really essential, and of course, do not lose that hope. Be patient. And to end this session, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Beyond Books Publishing for inviting me as a speaker for today. And again, once again, thank you for being champions of learning and for lighting the way toward a future filled with thoughtful, articulate, and compassionate Filipinos. Mabuhay ang ating mga guro at mabuhay ang ating mga mag-aaral. Happy World Teachers Month po sa ating lahat. God bless you all.